This video is made possible by our loyal Patreon supporters. Visit patreon.com/psychetruth.
Hello, welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a massage for the lovely Lauren. We're going to be working on the upper back and neck today. Let's go ahead and get started. If you don't have time to watch this video right now, go ahead and save to your watch later and just watch whenever you get a chance. So one of the best ways to begin a neck massage when somebody's face down like this is with a pincer grasp. And sometimes I like to just place my hands to start and kind of help my client just ground into their body a little more, into the table. And this sensation can be a little uncomfortable. So I'm just kind of easing into it and starting to squeeze this muscle fiber in a way that bring fresh blood, hopefully less contraction. I will often begin my or do my neck massages in this position if somebody just doesn't like being face up, or sometimes when they have whiplash. It's just really comforting, the face cradle holding the head in place. But before I began this massage, I made sure that the face cradle is angled down more so that it just opens up the neck muscles a little more, elongates them. With this pincer grasp, you don't need to just do it one time. You can do it several times. And I'm just going to land on this upper trap and do some compressive work in here with my thumbs. When I don't have a lot of time for a warm-up, I will usually use my thumbs just to trace the shoulder bones. Instead of my elbow or whatever. Not that this is all the warm-up that Lauren's going to need, but it's a good start for grabbing the oil. And I actually just remembered that I wanted to do some scalp. So before I grab my oil, I'm going to do a little bit of scalp massage. It can really help the neck relax a little more. And I don't want to get Lauren's hair all dirty. This can really help the whole occipital ridge just kind of soften, let go a little bit. This is harder for me because my hands are floating here. I'm not going to do a whole lot. I really like to focus on this occipital ridge, and the goal today is for these suboccipitals to relax, open, the scalenes. I'm just going to start doing some compressive holds along the occipital ridge. Make sure that you're not pressing down too much, because you're going to smush your client's face. That doesn't feel very good. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab my oil. And just making sure that her hair is out of the way before I have oil on my hands. If I'm not going to do a full effleurette stroke, I like to at least include the lats. Kind of a, maybe not full stroke, but a broader stroke. And including the shoulders as well. Focusing a lot on the effleurette stroke as I come across the neck. Keeping my hands strong but flexible and relaxed at the same time. If you feel like somebody, if they're describing symptoms that kind of make you think of upper trap, but they want neck work, this is a great position to work from because you have full access to that upper trap and maybe a little more challenging to work on the scalenes and the SEM, but can still do it. I will often, if I'm doing a more detailed neck massage in this position, I won't really move to the side of the table. I'll just stay where I am. Use the techniques I have just to save time and energy. And I'm just gonna start tracing these shoulder bones, working through some of this tension in the traps and the levator. But talk about loading your thumb joints. This is certainly not great to do for your thumb joints often. So be a little careful. I'm going to include those rhomboids. Can feel really nice to work the muscle tissue from different angles, different ways. Even if you feel like not that good at certain techniques, just being willing to not use the same technique all the time is good. And I'm going to go ahead and transition into some more focused neck work. I think I've worked on this upper trap enough around the shoulders where it's softened quite a bit. And I'm going to start working on that upper trap as it narrows into the neck with my thumb in a way that's going to feel really good. And just making sure that I'm not loading my thumb joint in a way that's too uncomfortable as I do this kind of work. It's really nice when you can sit down and actually focus on this trap work in the neck because it does narrow and it's harder to stay on. So when you can just slow down, really focus, it's a little easier. And this would obviously be pretty impossible. My client were face up. can still work on the trap, just not the same way. If you're somebody that is a little scared of working on the scalene muscles because you don't want to trigger the brachial plexus, this is a pretty safe position for the neck, and it's just naturally protected. So, there's a lot of benefits to working on the neck face down. If you want to get super detailed though, it's just harder with your client face down, working on the neck, depending on what your focus is. So I usually keep my thumb so that I'm working with my whole surface area of my finger. And then as I focus on the area around the occipital lobe, I'll kind of work with my finger pad a little more. I'm going to do some compressive holds. And, you know, don't expect all of this to feel like magic, but there are a few spots in here that can just help the whole neck release when you hold. You can also do compressive circles if that feels more appropriate or interesting. And again, just be careful of loading those thumb joints too much. It's the main thing you need to be a little aware of. If your thumbs start to feel tired, you can always, just use a different technique. Go ahead and use soft fists. There's something about this that feels really soothing after that more detailed work. Really great for the upper trap. Just opening up the back side of the neck. And just doing some more relaxed effleurage strokes to finish. I often like to end my massages the same way that I started them. And that is all for today. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed today's video, you should check out our Patreon page, where you'll find some really great content as well. I look forward to seeing you there.